something like this perhaps. But
when does black start having the, or when will black have to take care of his 3 stones on the left there?
now would be a good time. But black can be content with a nice painless profit on the upper side here. See, you're down in a restricted situation. That's the problem. Is,
but it didn't work.
What didn't work?
That doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
Oh, okay. Just doing it that way.
That looks like it's working to me.
Yeah, okay. That would have been a better way to play. I was looking to take those stones and link up, but
Well, you see the damage you take on the backside.
Right.
You know, you end up with chump
Two
change
stones,
over here.
yeah, yeah.
Only a few points, and you just let your opponent in.
Yeah.
Well, White can give some thought to exactly which point he wants to play over here, but the general principle is that White is able to establish himself very nicely in this area.
yes.
And still, with only a single stone here, is not in that particular much trouble over on this side either. No, you have to. Plus, also, actually, if you just extend here, which is correct, you'll have a little bit more power to resist over on this side than you did in the game. So White didn't end up so far being very successful over here. This is just a pure loss.
Yeah, I think maybe the extension out to the right may have been a mistake. A tactical error.
White hasn't really done anything. There should be more in this position for White than he's getting out of this. He hasn't really done anything at all. This move is maybe a little greedy. Since Black has just played to take these, as Black, I would have been a little bit more inclined to try and push them together. I think if White just extends here, what does Black do for an encore? I presume he plays here. And White settles in over here.
Yeah.
That seems about par for this area. I was talking yesterday about even in a handicap game as White, you do rely on your tactical superiority to allow you to leave areas unfinished. But White here has got no focus and no completion. He's not getting any solid positions out of this game at all. This move is unnecessary. As Black, I would just take Sente here.
I guess I misread it. I read it, I thought it was necessary, but I guess it wasn't.
I would just turn here. Just keep attacking these stones. Now what's happening in through here? You do have the fact that if White plays here, you're going to let these stones link up.
I guess that's what I read out, that those stones
Yeah.
would link up.
But who cares? And now you come back over here and you just keep hitting and hitting and hitting on this group. At the end of the day, you can come back here and link underneath to the corner. Your corner is perfectly secure. If White plays honey and connect, you just make sure you're okay. What you're dealing with here is just a relatively small amount of territory, and more importantly, it doesn't have any eye significance for White. So white has got more stones, but not more strength. And he took Gote to do it. So it's just nothing that's that important. You turn over and press these stones. What's happening here? What's Black's plan? Black's plan is that these stones are still very weak. You're going to press these and strengthen up along this line. Then you're going to come back over here, and these stones are going to be territory. That's Black's plan. And these stones don't have any, they're immaterial to the plan. They don't hurt you if white takes them, they don't help you if you take them. So this is an opportunity for Black to jump on white here and take control. Nothing in here relates to the stability of any groups. I said yesterday, completion is when you have stability. You're just talking about points, territory, not stability. So what's left here is small, it's Yosei value. If you save these stones, you're looking at 10 plus points of Yosei value in Gote maximum. From White's perspective, with weak stones over here and weak stones over here and weak stones over here, you're not in an attacking posture. You're not going to get anything done. White's not helping himself in this game. I don't know exactly. It's hard to know. Maybe it's time to be desperate. But you can see that nothing. This area's been left in suspension. This area's been left in suspension. The key thing from Black in this perspective is to get focused. If you start fighting with him everywhere you see a white stone, you may likely lose this game. But if you stay focused and just go after one thing and then the next thing, what is the important issue here? Well, you don't want to get outnumbered, so you don't want to have these black stones be endangered in any way. So let's just move them on here. What does white do if black plays here? Let's see. Let's actually back up and see what happened.
Came a Seki somehow.
Yeah, that's looking to be kind of a Seki. But you see, already through here, black is caught up in some kind of a fight, which is what you don't want to have. What if black just walks? What does white do next? Does white play here? And black just walks again. What does white do next? See, now everything of black's is strong, so it's not a problem. If white plays here, black will just seal white in. Compare this with the actual game. You can see that cutting white in this fashion, he's much weaker, you're much stronger, you have more liberties. This is not Seki, this is white is dead. If white, on the other hand, plays this appallingly ugly move, black is more than happy to just walk out like this. He's out clean. He's got this move left behind to suck up the white stones. He's kind of cruising along and everything is good. So if he just kind of takes the fact that white can't link along this line and walks in this direction, white has to let him out clean. His stones are secure, white is not helping himself any, and the game just gets easier and easier. But with this one, then you have this fight going on. Again, in the middle of a fight, you can't be concerned about this kind of thing. I mean, whether these stones live or die is immaterial. If black just comes back to here, he's going to have a much easier time in what follows. I mean, what does white even do next? It's not so clear that this is even going to turn into Seki. There are no more. This is something, and you should maybe tattoo it on your wrist or something like that. There are no forcing moves in the middle of a fight. The time for forcing moves is before the fight starts or after the fight's over. In the middle of the fight, there's no forcing moves. What there is in the middle of a fight is an offer to trade. Oh, you don't answer here, I'll get some kind of profit. That's not a forcing move, that's an offer to trade. Okay, well, how big is that? How important is that? In this particular case, since what you're giving him are stones that are going to be dead at the end of the fight anyway, it's nothing. You just passed. Even if somehow he manages to live and he gets these stones, so he got 10 points in Gote. This pass here is where black got a bad result out of this position. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he actually had him dead, but he didn't
One,
refuse
two,
to take him.
four. From the standpoint of the fight here, this is the key point from the standpoint of liberties. This looks like a black win. Yes, now white is dead. This Hane here is a forcing move, and it forces white to follow up with a connection, and now black is won the capturing race, even with the pass.
What if,
Yes.
when he hunted,
Uh-huh.
if white comes straight out instead of, I guess it
Like
doesn't
here?
make a difference, yeah,
It's the same diagram.
yeah.
Now white has to play here in order to prevent black from
Right.
linking on the edge,
Right.
and you're in the identical position. See, this move here gave white extra liberties and took liberties away from black. Also, what is this?
Actually,
What if black just plays Hane here? Black has an eye, white has no eye. That means then that if black can prevent white from getting an eye, he's just about got to win this capturing race. He answered on the outside, and then allowed white to play Hane and connect on the other side and get an eye, and that's what turned this into Seki. If black just takes the eye away, so what's white going to do next?
if white, yeah,
Uh-huh.
if instead of actually, if you go back,
Yeah?
instead of that 77, would it have been better for white to come down on the other side?
Well, yes, then,
Yeah, right,
rather,
where that is.
here. This act is then effective in terms of creating the eye, and then white can play here. And I think this,